I look awful, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. My eyeliner. My wings are definitely sisters, not twins. But you know what? Well, excuse you. I'm in the middle of a video, not you. Well, started a video. Whatever. Hello everybody, I'm Spooky Shoosh and welcome back to my channel. So, I say that I'm gonna make videos 3 times a week, right? About that. So I haven't uploaded anything in like 2 weeks. Not from a lack of, well, let me put it this way. I've recorded, but I'm really hard on myself, so then I look back and I'm just like, no, scrap it. No, scrap it. No, scrap it. Or it's, I've been sick, so if I sound disgusting, I'm sorry, or more disgusting than usual. But yeah, I've been sick. Ew. I'm just about over it though, so that's good. But I want to finally put out a video. I'm literally recording this and uploading it within the same day. So, let's see how, but anyways, so as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be telling one of my many paranormal experiences. So I love watching these on YouTube. I love watching Lois Lane and Haley Reese and all those kinds of things. Graveyard Girls stories. Like I love them. I love watching things about the paranormal because a lot of the videos I can relate to and a lot of the stories I relate to because I've had similar experiences. So to give a little backstory, ever since I was little, I've had paranormal experiences. I had an imaginary friend that don't think was so imaginary, but we'll talk about him in another video. As for this one, I actually asked on Amino in the Paranormal Experience Amino about what video I should do, and everyone was pretty clear they wanted my Shapeshifter story. So to start, this wasn't a shapeshifter in the sense of what people imagine a shapeshifter being. Typically when you talk about a shapeshifter, it's a witch that turns into animals and things like that. This was a spirit or a demon. I don't know. I don't want to know. But anyway, we'll get into all that. So to start off, this was in my mother's home. Now I lived with my mom. I went off to college. A lot of things happened. I ended up dropping out, and I moved in with a guy I was with at that time, and my mom needed me to move back home, so I moved back home. And this happened within the first few days of moving back home. And first of all, this house this house had weird things going on already. I would hear things at night. I would hear, sorry, I thought I heard something earlier. I would hear, but I would hear all these things and kind of chalk it up to, well, it's an old house, ranch style farmhouse. You know, on either side of us we had fields. Across from us people had horses, really back roads, gravel road, out of the way. If we ever needed an ambulance or something, it took like half an hour to get there and things like that. So We were out, way out. And that was the cat. Patches, can you not? Anyway. So, one night, a few days after I had moved home, I was sleeping on the couch. And at the time, I was pregnant, unfortunately. I did miscarry. But I was pregnant at that time, and I just felt more comfortable sleeping on the couch. My room was a disaster, filled with clothes and boxes and whatever else from moving back. And I just felt more comfortable on the couch. I don't know why. That was my preference. I laid on the couch and was trying to fall asleep. The power goes out because there's a huge thunderstorm, and of course we don't have a generator or anything like that, which, looking back, we should have just had a generator. We should have just invested in a generator, because the power went out all the time in this place. Well, the power went out, so I'm laying there scared, because I hate the dark. I hate it. I hate being in the dark. I absolutely hate it. I'm afraid of the dark. Probably because of all the things that have happened to me paranormal wise. So I'm sitting there, and my mom comes out of her bedroom, and she decides she's going to sleep on the recliner. So here's the couch, here's the recliner, and it's facing this way. My head is over here, so I can look and I can see my mom right across, and that makes me feel a lot more comfortable. I feel safer. So I finally managed to fall asleep. Well, all of a sudden I wake up and I feel kind of, it was sleep paralysis, but it wasn't. I don't know how to describe it. I couldn't really move, but it felt more like that, you know, when you first wake up and you're really groggy and you're kind of just shaken off. Well, I'd woken up and I looked over. I turned my head this way, so I was looking out towards the rest of the living room, and there was someone standing right in front of me, right up against, like, this close to me. And I kind of looked up, and I couldn't tell who it was because it was so dark. There was just, like, the silhouette. And instantly my mind went, oh, Mom, are you checking on me? You know. And I looked at them, and I couldn't really see them, but I could see them start to grin. Like, I couldn't see the rest of them, but I could see the grin. And it was just kind of odd. Like, it really rubbed me the wrong way. So I couldn't really move my head, but I looked over. My mom was still asleep in the recliner. My mom was still asleep in the recliner, reclined back like normal. And so I look back over, I'm starting to panic, and I'm breathing heavy, I'm freaking out. And this thing just looks down at me and is grinning, but I can't see anything other than the grin. And I managed to it was so hard to talk. And I just barely managed to say, "You're not my mom. You're not my mom." And he started laughing. And that laugh, oh my God. I hate thinking about it because, I'm sorry. It was just this cackly, evil, like just malice, like, haha, like, ha, you figured it out, haha, I'm scaring you kind of thing. And the laugh was like a male laugh, which made it even more confusing because, you know, and the silhouette started to kind of grow, like this black figure started to kind of grow taller, like change its shape. And I saw it reach its hand over, and it put its hand on my stomach, and it just felt cold, like the coldest the coldest cold that you can think of. Like, it almost burned. It was so cold. And I shut my eyes as tight as I could and just kept thinking, please go away. Please, please God, help. Please God, let it go away. Make it go away. And I opened my eyes and I shot up because it was like that final, like, it felt like something lifted off of me. And I sat up and I started bawling. And I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. That's not the only time I've had an experience with whatever that was, and it's always been in that house. So, I don't live with my mom right now. I live with my fiance, so thank God, because I haven't dealt with that, I guess, entity here, but there were other times. Another time I dealt with him, I was in my room and I woke up and I think I went out into the hall because it just felt like something was wrong, like really, really wrong. And I walked out into the hallway, and how my hallway was, it was a long hallway, and it was weird because here's like the entrance. You would come in to the hall. Right over here was my mom's room, and then the bathroom, and then my room. And then way down this long hallway at the very, very end of it was my sister's room. And it was an abnormally long hallway. Like, it felt like there should have been a room in between our rooms, but there wasn't. It was very weird. I came out of my room, and I looked down towards my sister's room, which was empty at the time because she had already moved out. She's actually older than me. I look down, and there's that black figure again. And he just started slowly walking towards me, and then picked up and almost started to sprint. And so I was banging on my mom's door, banging on it, banging on it, banging on it, screaming, help, help, help. Open the door, he's coming. And again, I shut my eyes and just was like, please help, please help. And when I opened them, I was at my mom's door, but I was knocking lightly, like a very light, barely anything. And I was whispering. My mom kind of chalked it up to sleepwalking. I've never dealt with sleepwalking. I've never sleptwalked in my life. My mom's never told me that I've had sleepwalking when I was a kid. Nothing like that. So it was very out of character and very odd. But I don't like staying the night at her house because I always seem to deal with this thing. I can always kind of feel when he's around, and I know it's a male. I don't know how I know, but I know it's a male entity. And it just feels like it likes to terrorize me. But it only terrorizes me in my mom's home, so I don't know if that's where, like, his domain is, where, like, that's where he stays, which I guess is a good thing that it's not attached to me. It's attached to the home. My mom has never had experiences. Nobody else has had experiences with him, just me. But I've found I'm more open and sensitive to things than other members of my family. And that's just how it is, you know. That's not something I can help. That's not something... Hello? Sorry, I thought I heard someone walking over here. This basement's haunted too, by the way. Yeah, I live in the basement. Or we live in the basement. There's something haunted going on in this basement. We'll talk about that in another video too. So, you got plenty of videos coming. But, so there you guys go. That is my first haunted experience that I'm going to tell you guys about. Not my first ever experience, but one that has really bothered me. That was weird. I'm sorry. I thought I saw someone out of the corner of my... Cool. Great. Can you not? Really appreciate it if you wouldn't. My dog is freaking out too. Come here, Benji. Come here. I protect you. He protect. He attack. And most importantly, he snack. Oh god. Benji, say hi. He's just like, no. No camera. No, please, mama. Please, no. Please, no. No. Hi. Hi. So yes, this is a Benji. And Benji has had experiences down here too, huh, buddy? He'll get very, very upset by the door. And he's gone off a few times, like started barking and whining and throwing fits. And usually if he does that, I know later in the night something's gonna happen. So, well, there you guys go. That is my first paranormal story. And if you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because I promise I'm going to put up 3 videos a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And there will be a 4th video every other Saturday. So this week you'll be getting 4 videos. Next week you will be getting 3. I am uploading this on a Tuesday because Monday I was way too sick. So you'll get a video today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So, well, there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.